So yes, you read that title right. I just breached my 100K funded account with Funding Pips because of the inactivity rule. And in today's video, I thought I would share exactly what happened so that you guys can avoid the same dumb mistake that cost me my funded account. All right, so let me start from the beginning. So I took a challenge with Funding Pips. It was a 2-phase challenge. So this means that there's 2 phases to pass the challenge. So in phase 1, you have an 8% profit target. And then in phase 2, you have a 5% profit target. So these are pretty standard trading objectives with most prop firms. So during the challenge, I was actually really happy with how I was trading, and I ended up getting my funded account in about 1 month. So as you can see on my dashboard, I received my funded account on May 10th, and that was my official start date. So I was pretty excited to start trading on my funded account. And during May, I actually was pretty active with my trading. I mainly traded on gold, so XAUSD. In the month of May, gold had a lot of volatility and a lot of nice setups. There's a lot of demand for gold as a safe haven asset because of trade wars, geopolitical tension, and economic uncertainty. And so there was a lot of nice setups, and I was pretty active during the month. So I took about 8 trades in May. I had 5 losses and 3 winners, but overall I ended the month with a 5% gain, which I was pretty happy about. So with these prop firms, I trade them differently from my personal accounts. Usually I trade pretty conservatively. I don't aim for 10, 15, 20% returns. I just go for low, consistent, more conservative style to trading. If I make some profits on my funded accounts, I'm pretty happy to just lock in those profits, even if it's just a couple percent, like 3 to 5%. And then going in for that payout. So once I hit 5% on my funded account, I stopped trading and I just waited to request a payout on my payout date. The good thing with Funding Pips that I like is with their 2-phase challenges, you can actually pick how often you want to get paid and what profit split you want. So for example, if let's say you want an 80% profit split, you can go for bi-weekly payouts, or if you want a 100% profit split, you can opt in for a monthly payout, which means that you have to wait 1 month to request your payout. So I opted in for the 100% profit split, which basically means I get to keep all of my profit, so 5% that I made on the account. But the catch was I had to wait 1 full month in order to request that payout. So I basically just set that account aside. I was waiting for my payout date in order to request a payout, and I didn't end up trading on that account because I didn't want to give any profits back to the markets. So fast forward a couple of weeks, I eventually got to my payout date and I requested a payout with Funding Pips, and the good news is they did honor that payout and pay me out the full 100% of my profits. So the good news is that no issues there, everything was smooth, my payout was handled fine. But here is where the problem started. Because I hadn't taken a trade on my funded account during that whole waiting period, I ended up getting a notification, an email from Funding Pips basically saying that my account got breached because of the inactivity rule. So if you don't know, Funding Pips has a 30-day inactivity rule where you have to take a trade every 30 days or your account ends up being breached. So most prop firms have this type of rule. They call it like an inactivity rule, where you have to take a trade every 30 days. So some prop firms have a bit of a better grace period where it's like every 60 days. Some of it is 30 days. But yeah, most of the prop firms have this rule. I don't know why, but they just have it. It's something that you have to be quite careful of when you have a funded account. So I was honestly really frustrated and annoyed. Not at anyone else, but really just with myself, because so I usually make it a point before taking any challenge to basically write down all of the rules that I need to know about the prop firm. And the 30-day inactivity rule was one of the rules that I knew about, and I also wrote it down on a sticky note and I stuck it next to my computer. So every single day when I'm basically taking a trade, I can look back and check all of the rules and I'm making sure that I'm meeting all of them. But honestly, the problem that happened with me was just life got in the way. During the month of June and July, it was a really hectic month for me. There was some stuff going on in my personal life and it was just a really busy, crazy time. And so I completely forgot about my trading account. I had set that account aside, waiting for the payout date, not trading on my account to retain the profits. And then, yeah, life got in the way and I completely forgot and lost track of that account. I took a while to actually get this funded account. as you all know, it's a lot of hard work. It's a constant grind. And it's not as easy as people make it out to be. And I had put in a lot of time and effort to actually pass both phase 1 and phase 2, and then get to a funded account, and then also get to a payout. And the worst thing is, this is like the smallest and most dumb rule that I could have breached. It's like completely avoidable. Like all you need to do is you can just place a 0.01 lot trade, just a small trade to not get flagged for that rule. But I didn't do that. I usually do that, but this time I didn't do it because of, life. It's just super busy. I'm not annoyed at funding pips and I'm not bashing the rule or whatever. I respect all of their rules, and most of the prop firms do have this rule. It would be great if they didn't have it, but it is their game, and so we have to play by their rules, and that's fine. And I was just more so annoyed at myself because if I had failed the challenge because maybe I hit my max daily loss, or maybe I hit my max overall loss, my 10% max overall loss, or maybe I was just had a really bad trading month and I hit my drawdown and I lost my account. That's fine. All good. That's not too bad. At least I can deal with that because I know I just had a bad trading month. But breaching the account because of this rule is just, it's bad. It's a terrible feeling. I hold 100% accountability for my actions all the time and my mistakes, and I completely stuffed up here, and it's a big learning lesson for me. So I think next time for my trading, I just need to be more locked in. Even if life gets in the way, I just need to either have proper systems or habits in place to make sure that I don't get tripped up like this again. And if you guys are trading with funded accounts or you're thinking about getting funded, just be really careful of these small rules that prop firm has, like the inactivity rule, because even though it's a small rule, it can cost you your account. Anyway, talking about rules, if you want to know all of the rules that Funding Pips has, I did make a video sort of detailing all of that there, so you can check that out. There's some prop firm discount codes below as well, if that helps. And leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys have breached your funded accounts before because of a small rule that you didn't know about. I'd love to hear your story. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.